Is this son of a bee playing a new game? Listen, everybody, this is El Viejo Toro, and you're listening to the Fancy Action Now. To outrageous applause. I have to lower the so we don't get like a reverb going. We don't want to get a reverb going. This is watch more of
watch
this.
More Fancy Action Now. Get beat up by a girl.
That's right. So we are going to verify that everybody is clamped to the cable. And let's see. Yes, great. It's exciting. YouTube, your channel. I have a bunch of freaking messages, bro. Philberto, why I bought...
Hey guys, this is Mike.
This is Philberto. Why I bought the 2025 Frontier King Cab instead of the 2026. Never buy new.
It's actually the last new car that I bought, and I've been driving it ever since then. It's been a great car.
Yeah, I never buy new. And again, if you're buying cars for status, you're a chump. You know, if you've got a couple million in the bank cash, and you want to go buy like an expensive flash car, like okay. But if you're just a regular person, you know, even like if you're working, what would be considered like upper class or working upper class, working like professional, like a doctor or whatever, and you want to ride around in some mid to high range import car. I mean, it's like, I get it, man. I get it. Like, we all want to like have the trappings of status. But if you can like hold your water and not do that and just drive a good, functional, attractive, even get the nice package, but just get a regular car, just get a nice car. Like, just don't go to a luxury car, but if you want to go to a Lexus or an Acura, which are made very, very well, there you go. And stop there, But the other thing is, though, but if you're retired, let's say you're retired, and you have a dream car, go get the dream car and have the dream and live the dream, okay? But you know what? Like, cars are such a racket now. It's such a racket. Let me see. Guigorman12 replied, Pal World wasn't the only who did that too. Nintendo themselves did that exact same thing when some of the original 151 and took inspiration from Dragon Quest. So I'm getting a lot of commentary on Pal World for the win and my discussion about how it's good that Nintendo lose their case. Because even though Pal World, I think, absolutely infringed on their patent, on their copyright, etc. I do. And I don't care about Momdani. Momdani is like beneath my worry. Momdani is going to do more for the right than anybody else could. Dead serious. And like New York, the thing about New York is, and I like New York. I've been to New York. I visited New York. I visited before 9/11. I visited after 9/11. And I've vacationed in New York for like long weekends and stuff like that. And it's a beautiful city. It's amazing in like the springtime. Like springtime in New York is just amazing. And autumn, like, anytime there's a little bit of weather going on, it's just beautiful. And I've lunched on the Hudson, and I mean, it's a lovely town. but they really get up in their attitude about like how big of a deal New York is. New York, again, 7 million people, but if you've been to Bangkok, like me, I've been to Bangkok, and that's 13 plus million people. So you're talking about a city that's twice the size in population and in scale of New York City, and it's much better run. To be honest, you can walk around at 3 a.m. in Bangkok, and walk down dark alleys, and you're fine. You're fine. Is there a little bit of crime? There's a little bit of crime, but it's nothing like New York. And New York wants to get up in their fields. And somebody said the other day, like, oh, the way New York goes is how the country goes. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Most people couldn't give a lick about New York. Most people in the country have never been to New York. And you don't want to go to New York. You can't park. You can't drive in New York. It's a freaking shit show. It's like the public transportation is from the 1970s. And now, it goes through different phases, but now it's in it's got a very high level of crime, and they just elected a communist. That guy should not have even had a chance. But things are so bad there, people are so desperate for change that they're willing to do anything to change the system. And here's the thing about Mamdani. There are all kinds of power brokers in New York. There are foreign power brokers, and let's just call them mafias. There are foreign mafias. There are local mafias. There are unions that are extremely powerful in New York City. There are workers' unions. There are trade unions. There are all kinds of organizations. He's not going to be able to move. He's not going to be able to move. And he certainly, if he starts like going up against some of these entrenched power blocks in New York City, he's not going to be able to show his face in the daylight. He's gonna have to go along to get along. He's gonna get a few little pet projects that he can do, and it's gonna be BAU, business as usual. Because you can't operate, and this is why Trump is so successful. This is why Trump is a good businessman and an organizer, is because he understands that these power blocks exist, and you have to work with these power blocks. Some of them are white money, and I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about like legit money is in New York, gray money is in New York, and black money is in New York. And again, I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about black money running through New York, just like it does through the city of London, just like it does through Rome, just like it does through Dubai, just like it does through Bangkok, just like it does through Shanghai and Hong Kong. And it's the same in every city, and there are power blocks, there are powerful families, there's organizations, trade organizations, political groups, there's megacorps, shipping, construction. I mean, it's like these are all extremely powerful groups. And if you don't court at least a friendly working relationship with them, the thing about what Trump understands is Trump understands how the real world works. Okay? And the thing about the real world is white, gray, and black money all intermingle in power centers. That is the human experience. And that's why you can put a commie into office. Go ahead. Autopsy mode only. Dead Memories is the story mission. I love the VHSs. That's so cool. Yeah, go. But don't worry about Mamdani. He's going to get the talk. He's going to get the talk. He's going to get the call. He's going to get several of them. And he's going to get talked to. He's going to get talked to by certain people. And this is how it's going to go down. And this is what you're going to do. And we're going to throw you, $100 million or $50 million or whatever it is for your little pet projects. You're going to try them. They're not going to work out. And you're going to be like, well, let me take another look at it, blah-de-blue, blah-de-blue. You're going to serve your term, and then we're going to put somebody else in there. But he's going to be used. He's going to be a useful idiot to motivate change.
No, please don't.
And if he's
call
not
me again
careful,
and stop inquiring
if
about
he's
my
not
wife.
careful, he's gonna,
Damn
you know,
journalists. They don't let me work.
he's gonna be removed or disgraced or
not in the best
denaturalized or
frame of
whatever
mind
whatever they're gonna
for
do.
my students now.
He's gonna play ball.
Feeling
Because if you don't play ball, guess what happens?
completely broken.
You know, this is how the real world functions.
I've met
And
this
well, what
time.
is he gonna do? He's a commie. Oh my God, he's the mayor of New York City. Guess what? He's gonna do what he's told. That's what he's gonna do. And again, the power brokers behind the scenes don't want to be mayor. They don't want to be mayor. They don't want to be seen. They want to be behind the scenes. They want to have proxies within proxies, and they're going to pull the strings on Mamdani, and he's going to do what they say. And there might be some social engineering, and there may be some, like, you know, political maneuvering, and, you know, again, there's going to be like little like showpieces that he's going to trot out, and this is our first, you know, neighborhood communist supermarket for the bread tubers. You know, the bread tubers are going to get all the content, and all it's going to do is galvanize the opposition. Okay, that's all it's going to do. He was allowed to go in there. He was allowed to win because it's going to allow for using him as a fulcrum to make changes. To make changes. That's what they do. You know, you're going to put a proxy in there with radical political ideas, and they're not radical. They're just sophomoric and ridiculous. It's not how the real world works. You know, everything's been tried with this ridiculous communist egalitarian nonsense, and it always becomes authoritarian. It always becomes a ruling class and the poor. And if you make any fuss about it, comrade, you're gonna go to a gulag. You know, that is how it works. And in the United States, as all governments deal with corruption, because all powerful organizations have some corruption. Okay? All of them. Every sizable, the larger it gets, because power attracts pathological personalities. Okay? Period. There's the rule that you need to know. It's not that power corrupts. That is incorrect. Everybody loves to quote that. And it's not the nuance. It's not the appropriate syntax. It's not that power corrupts good people, because good people are good people. You can give them power or take power away from them or whatever. You're not changing them with power. Good people don't let themselves be changed by power. Power attracts the corruptible. Pathological personalities like power because they like inflicting harm and they get enjoyment from it. That is why a lot of times you'll see in positions of power pathological personalities that are, you're like, oh my God, this, you know, like Newsom. First of all, he looks like he's from Central Casting, and appropriately enough in California, but he's a pathological personality. You can see it on his face. AOC, pathological personality. It's written right on her face. There's quite a few of them. I mean, it's just like, you know, that they're just pathological personalities that want power, they want control, they want to be able to commit crimes and be protected from those crimes. They want to be able to engage in all kinds of deviant behaviors, be they sexual or criminal. They want to profit off their position at the expense of others. These are pathological people. These are criminal-minded people that are smarter than the average bear. They don't want to commit crimes like a thug. They want to go into positions of power where they can manipulate situations and people and organizations to benefit themselves. This This is the intelligent psychopath. You know, this is the skillful manipulator. What is a politician if not a skillful manipulator? And those are very like dark triad, pathological tendencies. Period. And you have to understand, you're dealing in a world where, you know, they say you struggle against powers in high places. Yeah, you do, because there are pathological personalities in power. Not everybody. And again, if it goes too far, then the inner circle has to come in and correct it or protect them or get them out of there and swap them out for another proxy. This is how the real world works. And like being in denial of it, oh, that's disgusting, or I can't believe that, or whatever. You know, denial is a river in Egypt, and it flows through the majority of people. It's like, don't be in denial about it. Understand that there is evil and good in all human endeavors. There is corruption in all human endeavors. Nobody is above corruption. No organization is above corruption. And the organizations that come out and act like they're above corruption, that's who you got to watch out for. Because that's pathological. That's like, we're holier than thou. We're the second coming. We've been endorsed by God. We're this. We're this title or that title, or we're experts or we're that. Okay, we just got a big dose of like what the experts said over the last few years during the you know what, and that was the most pathological shit I've ever seen. And it woke a lot of people up to what really goes on in the power centers of the world. And it's not any different in any time. We don't live in an evil time necessarily. Now, there have been times where it's been harder to do evil, and it's been kind of industrialized, unfortunately. But there's always been corruption and evil and war and you know, just horrible things have always gone on, because in this world is a combination of good and evil together commingled. So every benevolent act ever made that like advances human society exists, and every horrible outrage that is absolutely anti-human also commingle and coexist in this reality. Both poles, the opposites, the fury of opposing opposites is what this world is powered on. And if you don't understand that, you're not a grown person, you're a child. Period.
Okay.
There you go. That was a screed. That was a crazy rant. We still haven't checked out to see if we got tone. Let's see. I just like educated everybody right there.
Okay.
There you go. That was a screed. Yeah, I think. Well, we're getting this. We still haven't checked out to see if we got tone. Oh yeah, we got tone, baby.
Do that happy dance one more time.
Everybody right there. That was a scream. Yeah, I think it was a crazy rant. Well, we're getting this. We still haven't checked out to see if we got tone. Oh yeah, we got tone, baby.
Do that happy dance one more time.
All right, so that's out of OBS. So we know we're getting that tone. So we'll just leave that right there. And we've got objects to investigate. Cigaretta. Steven didn't clean up after himself again. Oh, is there dialogue I'm missing? Read. Hi, this is Kate Brooks of Brooks Kate, a reporter for the New Orleans Weekly Kate Brooks. I couldn't find you at home because I'm stalking you. I'm starting to suspect you are avoiding me, Mr. Hanman. Mr. Hanman, how nice. Anyway, as you know, we'd like to write an article commemorating your wife's achievements. We would be delighted to talk to you about it. Along with this note, I'm also leaving my business card. Let me call you this evening so that we can be together forever. I hope to find you at home or at the office. Regards, Kay Brooks, also known as Kate Brooks of Brooks Kate.
definitely pay me too little for this.
They pay me too little to look at bodies.
Awful. It would be good to finally repair the coffee machine.
Please finally repair the coffee machine.
Wednesday. It's not my favorite day, although it's certainly better than Monday.
Okay, this is a female. Uh-huh. She looks like a gold digger. Alright. Alright, here we go. She looks like an overprivileged gold digger. There you go. They need to come out with a crime scene cleaner too, man. What does that say? How to better out of this... How to break out of this vicious cycle. Okay. Winder? I got an achievement. Was it a draft? I don't know. Get rid of the draft. Okay. Fantastic.
Not very comfortable, but suitable for night shifts.
Night shifts where you could lay down there, have somebody come visit you, and have a little thing going on.
Another kidnapping this month.
Another kidnapping. Fantastic. You're the kidnapper, though. What do I have, like, do I have certificates?
Medical University diploma. I didn't know then that I would prefer corpses to living people.
Yeah, I mean, think about working on corpses, how, like, if you're a medical doctor, how much simpler that is. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're not worried about your patients living.
Pills first, Jack. Pills.
Pills first? Okay.
I don't see any need to... They are flaky enough as it is.
Okay, alright. Here we go. Okay, out of order.
Let's hope I'm not caught short this evening.
No? Okay, so pills. You need pills? What pills? Are there pills in here? Take your pills. You got booze, you got pills.
Wednesday. It's not my favorite day, although it's certainly better than Monday.
I like Mondays.
Stephen didn't clean up after himself again.
Is that a letter opener? Looks like a knife, maybe? Or, oh no, okay. Is that big red shoe? Alright, well, he was looking for pills. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, let's get my fedora. There's a monkey. Okay. Alright. Just make sure I didn't miss anything with the monkey. No. Alright, well, I don't know what this guy wants. Alright, well. You're in the medical examiner's office. How nice. This place is a shithole.
Okay. Time to pull myself together.
Yeah, with prescription medication.
And get back to work.
Yeah. Let's go.
I need to set up the camera first.
Okay, let's get the camera going. It's VHS. Freaking awesome. Alright, hold on a minute. I just had to go get a pretzel. I had to lift a pretzel. There you go. Oh, I'm in my Black Henley. It's like 70 degrees in this house. And I'm like in my recliner playing Autopsy Simulator. Holy shit. Okay, do I need the brush to, like, brush the hair of the corpse? Fantastic. Specimen tray?
Now remember, Jack, don't forget to hit the record button this time.
Oh, God, you didn't record? You didn't record a whole autopsy? Fantastic. Oh, my God.
Hopefully the new tripod is going to hold up.
Where's the tripod? There you go. Hello. Oh, what? Ding dong. Okay, here we go. Think about that. When you die, you're literally going to be meat on a slab. Yeah, we got you.
This should be fine. November 20th, 1991. Time, 8:43 p.m. Recording for medical students from the University of Missouri. This autopsy is conducted by Jack Hanman. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the autopsy room. Today, you will have the dubious pleasure of following a full autopsy, step by step. For those of you who have already performed your first autopsy, this will refresh your basic knowledge. In turn, for those whose knowledge is only theoretical, I advise not to watch this after a meal. Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife. I guess I forgot to clean the knife.
I forgot to clean the knife, he says. Okay.
I wasn't sure it would amount to anything.
Donut!
It's been a blessing.
It's a model of the universe, by the way, Donut. It's a toroidal field.
Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife. I guess I forgot to clean the knife.
Bing bong. Why we can't see the bing bong? We're doing autopsies with a pixelated junk area. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. Do we have to like drain the fluids? Toby Chambers. We don't know. We're trying to establish cause of death. Cause of death, time of death.
It's been a while since the eye wash in this thing was changed. It's probably a health hazard now.
Gross.
Let's start.
All right, gloves. Okay, so we have to get PPE'd first.
Always wear an apron, mask, and gloves. Goggles are a must when the job is splashy. And in case of sharp accidents, it's worth having disinfectants at hand.
Wow.
It's true that you won't get ptomaine poisoning straight away, but if your liver or kidney aren't doing well, you may end up with diarrhea.
Gross.
The cadaver is placed on its back on the autopsy table. The pathologist stands on the right of the deceased. Make sure that all the necessary tools are always at hand so that you don't have to run around looking for something, like I do all the time. In the process of revealing and securing forensic evidence, it is difficult not to interfere with the original condition of the deceased. Written and photographic documentation plays a vital role throughout the entire examination process. During your research, be patient, inquisitive, but above all, attentive to detail. Many entries are visible at first glance, but sometimes they can be cover for more interesting stories. And lastly, remember that nothing teaches you self-narration like working with the dead. So get used to that fact soon.
Wow.
Everyone will think you're talking to yourself.
Okay.
Now, onto the police folder. That will contain all sorts of pertinent information as to who the deceased might be and what potentially happened to them. So, let's take a closer look, shall we?
Food
the
coupon.
deceased's name is Tobias Chambers, locally known as Old Toby. Homeless and unemployed for at least a couple of years. The deceased was found on the outskirts of a parking lot at a gas station, where he often begged and persistently offered drivers to wash their car windows. body was noticed by a station employee during the morning shift. Initially, he thought that someone had thrown some boots and a coat in a nearby ditch. It took him a moment to recognize the pile of clothes as the body of a man. He worked most of his life at the local port dealing with unloaded cargo. He was fired for being drunk and starting fights.
Well,
His son
that'll
owns
do
a
it.
hardware store on his own. His wife left him years ago. They both had no contact with the deceased.
That sucks.
Signs of libation were found around the body. Empty bottles, traces of an inept attempt to start a fire, and a scattered makeshift blanket. That's it. It's worth remembering the context around the scene of a death. This allows you to better interpret any traces found on the body. I shouldn't start the procedure without gloves.
So we've got the body of a homeless man. Oh, you gotta get your gloves on? Okay. I think I saw a graphic of gloves here somewhere. Or I saw gloves like crumpled up here somewhere. Yeah, there they go. Like the heavy duty
Now it's
gloves.
our turn to take some pictures for our files. If I can just remember where I left the camera. It's in here somewhere.
We gotta find the camera. They got a good voice actor.
A considerable collection.
Oh, okay. Hello. Let's see. Where is the camera? Okay. It's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there you go. Drawer.
There you are.
Polaroid classic.
As I mentioned at the beginning, before we begin the internal examination, we need to document the cadaver and the condition it arrived in. We begin with a full body photo. Try and stick to the top-down rule, but this is not always possible. Let's keep in mind it's all about the legibility, not the perfect frame. Voila, now we move on to the next step, looking for traces. Take your time. Look at the corpse from different sides, from different angles, up close, and from a distance. You're looking for anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Poorly healed wound. Looks old. I'll take a closer look later.
How about it's Bing Bong? Can we take a picture of his Bing Bong? I don't think we want to do that. This looks like an injury here. Nope. They know he's got the head injury here, so we'll just get that going.
That's something interesting. It will be necessary to check whether this injury was severe enough to cause damage to the brain.
Okay. Bing bong.
Hardened hands, worn out by physical work, and frostbite.
Okay.
Some wounds in the feet and signs of frostbite, probably because the subject's shoes were too small. In a moment, we will check which of our initial observations will be worthy of further consideration. But before we get to that, I need to write down some basic data.
General, hand, stomach, head, feet. This is gonna burn slow, and I kind of like it.
Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife. I guess I forgot to clean the knife. Some of my previous cases, a reminder of more prosperous times. I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work.
Okay. Donut. So he's just taking notes. Where are we taking notes at?
Scalpel, scissors, syringe,
Nope.
magnifying glass, knife. I guess I forgot to clean the knife.
Nothing. Okay. Perform the autopsy. Get started. Okay, what are we doing?
Personal information. The deceased was unclothed. Date. Okay, as you can see, I note everything down on previously prepared forms. Every pathologist must keep a detailed record of every step of the autopsy. This not only allows you to track the procedure, but also collates the results together, upon which you may back up your conclusions. So, enough of the boring prep. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the spots I photographed earlier. For this, you're going to need a magnifying glass.
Okay.
Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife. I guess I forgot to clean the knife. Which spot first? I can confirm the presence of ecchymosis on the deceased man's head. The appearance indicates the intravital nature of the wound. Add alcohol, which I can clearly smell, and this was an accident just waiting to happen.
Okay.
It looks like a burn mark, no doubt painful, but it's not pertinent for this case. Definitely a painful mix of frostbite, abrasions, and blisters. Old Toby had been wearing shoes too small for him for a very long time. That's if he wore any at all.
Gross. That's what this game is. It's a grossness simulator.
Here we can see frostbite on the fingertips. We can tell by the characteristic skin color. So far, there are a lot of superficial wounds, but only one serious injury to the head. Let's go back to our notes. First, I mark the location of the entries and make notes for each one. The head wound. Definitely an important clue. Even though this type of wound didn't contribute to... We're not in frost season. If Toby's body was cold for a prolonged period, the frostbite could have resulted from the body's defense reaction. The safety of the internal organs is more important than fingers, nose, or ears. As you can see, we don't have much to go on. Various types of accidents are a common cause of death among the homeless and the elderly. Perhaps old Toby slipped and accidentally hit his head.
Yep. Wounds. Frostbite and wounds caused by wearing too small shoes.
The nights have been particularly nasty lately. We will check if there are any signs. Considering the conditions in which he slept, this is of no interest to us. Since the deceased clearly smelled of alcohol, I'll add alcohol poisoning to our list.
Okay. Alcohol. Great.
We still have one thing left from the basics. Rigor mortis.
Okay, what are we doing? Rigor?
Well, we take our deceased by the hand. Gradually we raise it. Now let it go. As you can see, the hand falls loose. What's the conclusion? Death must have occurred more than 72 hours ago. The police information appears correct.
Okay.
Head trauma seems the most promising, so we'll start there. For this, I need an oscillating saw. The cut is made from ear to ear. After which, we remove the skin and the top of the skull.
Wow.
After the basic examination, we can see that the brain's cerebral gyri in both hemispheres are symmetric. The brain looks good. Let's take a cross-section. Some pathologists prefer to examine organs without removing them. However, for me, it's much more convenient to examine them on a board, which we'll do now.
Look at the skull cavity, bro.
Holding a long, narrow blade knife in the dominant hand, we slowly cut the cranial nerves on both sides, all the time pulling the brain towards us. So far, so good. The hematoma seems to have had no effect on the brain.
Okay, return to the autopsy.
We can rule the fatal accident out as well. Brain is in good condition, so we have no choice but to proceed to the internal examination of the other organs. I grab a scalpel from my kit. The incision should be in the shape of a letter Y. We use a deep cut to reach all the way to the ribs and to penetrate the abdominal wall.
No, no, not the penis.
All right, now we peel back and separate the skin. Now, we need to remove the ribs. We'll need the loppers for this.
Nice. I see. I keep getting like contacts on my phone. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, Jack the Ripper achievement unlocked. Fantastic. And we need the loppers.
Quite a satisfying crunch, for some anyway. After removing the cartilage tissue, we instantly notice two things. Firstly, there is no congestion of the internal organs. This means that although the deceased was hypothermic, it didn't kill him. Secondly, the deceased smoked like a chimney. So, we should take a closer look at those lungs. We can see widespread black and tarry deposits. Despite the tragic condition of the lungs, they are not the cause of death. Alice smoked too. It didn't kill her, but... what was I talking about? Lungs. Yes. Advanced inflammation. What now? The syringe. Now's a good time to collect some samples. Specifically 3. From the eye, the heart, and the bladder. I'm interested to see the 5 milliliters from the left ventricle should do it. Now from the bladder, we draw about 10 milliliters of fluid. Vitreous humor analysis is very useful in indicating long-term alcohol abuse. Now we take our samples to the centrifuge, but before I do that, I need to find my notebook. My dyscalculia means that I always double-check the settings. Please excuse me while I run and fetch it. This whole thing is covered in stains. I should check this out under the microscope sometime. Let's get back to the examination. We put all of the samples into the rotor. Now, we set the appropriate time and speed.
$15 minutes, 70%. All right.
Okay, let's roll. Oh shit. The fuses again. Where were we? Oh yes, the blood alcohol concentration. Let's see what we've got here. Everything's separated as it should. Our lab is closed until tomorrow after the last, incident. However, considering that Toby's favorite eau de parfum appears to be ethanol, I'm guessing the results won't surprise me at all. Let's go further. We will now focus on the cardiovascular system, specifically the heart. We remove the organ and examine it closely. We look for dark hypoxic areas, clots, or other elements that stand out as abnormal. At first glance, the heart looks fine. The pulmonary trunk and aorta seem to be in good condition. There are no pathological changes that would have contributed to Toby's death. Now let's take a closer look at the stomach. Size is normal, and as expected, the stomach has no major external damage. We must now cut it open and inspect inside. We will do it carefully so that its contents do not spill out. We open the stomach along the greater curvature, from the heart to the pyloric end. Oh. I already feel like there's something left inside. Okay, large amount of gas, small amounts of yellow, grayish food content, resembling some kind of meat. Either the deceased hadn't eaten in days, or the bulk of his stomach had already found a way out. Looks like I'll have to find the missing contents.
Oh, nice.
There are two ways here. One is obvious, and the other is... It couldn't have been suffocation, could it? I'll add this to the list and move on to the deceased's neck. At first glance, the trachea looks normal. Same result as with the stomach. The external inspection doesn't tell us anything. This time we'll cut on a tray. While cutting such a small organ as the trachea, we must make a precise incision. To be able to cut with the very tip of the blade, we must hold the scalpel as we would a pen. And after careful examination and deduction, we've got it. A clogged trachea. It's time to summarize the whole thing.
He asphyxiated. Okay.
Based on the report and preliminary documentation, it's safe to assume that the deceased passed out after consumption of alcohol and then fell asleep on his back. Then, the gastric contents refluxed and flooded the airways, causing death. That's why we don't forget about the recovery position at dorm parties. And now it's all clear. The death, well, the mystery is solved. But for us, this is not the end. First, the dead body needs to be cleaned up. For this, we will need to close the body and grab the needle. First, we unroll the skin flaps. And then we sew the deceased back up. I'm using the baseball stitch technique. This stitching method is very strong and quick to do. Beautiful. Now we say goodbye to the deceased and put them safely in the fridge, ready for the next stage of their journey.
God, do we put the like the skull back on? Are we just gonna pick up the body? What are we gonna do? Oh, there you go.
God, I'm tired. I'll drop these samples off the lab.
All right, first cuts, baby. Nice. Okay. So what else? What do we do now? Head to your car in the parking lot. You just done did a thing. Do you have to do anything with the camera? Just leave it rolling or what? All right, here we go.
I'll call Stephen. I don't feel like drinking alone today.
Old Toby. Are you having a dream? Uh-oh. Just another dream. Is this for real or is it just another dream? It's you on the table this time. Oh, death! Okay. Hi. Hello, Toby. It's cracking like an egg. Oh, the endless bodies. Ah. A sea of skulls. That's pretty fucking metal, though. You gotta admit, that's metal. Now I'm drowning in skulls. Oh. What if they all were talking to you? That would really be hell. Let me tell you my story. Let me tell you about my life. It's like, oh, bro, please. Chapter 1. These games are really well made. Oh, I'm not drowning in a sea of skulls in an autopsy room. Is that your food? That's gross.
Ah, fuck.
Looks like Toby's junk on the floor. Oh.
My pills.
I should go take my pills. Maybe the pills are the problem, bro. Have we decided yet whether the medications are the problem?
Alice didn't like this portrait.
Yeah? And you love it, don't you? Do you kiss it? You kiss it, you sick F?
I really need to get this laundry done.
You live like a freaking hobo.
I wasn't able to support her through this.
Oh, the pregnancy test? Is this your little memory box? This is... Men don't do this. Well,
It's
maybe.
It's good to have something for a rainy day.
You never can tell. All chicks leave earrings at men's houses. They
It was a miracle that the coffee didn't wash off the writing. And that she said yes.
Okay, this is your love memory box? Dude, that is like the saddest shit. Like sad in a bad way, like fucking lame as shit, bro. You got your memory box? Was she dead or something? Is she dead? I mean, is she dead or did she leave you or what? Is her body gonna come into your autopsy room? Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Can that be crazy? Be like your wife leaves you and then you're a guy who you're a coroner and then Then your wife's body shows up and you got to do her autopsy. At that point, you would recuse yourself. You would just call up another coroner from another town and have them do it, not you. But that would be a trip, though, right? Oh, is that are those your meds?
Time flies.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't have to get up to work.
So put your loving hands in mine, and I will shine. I got you, babe.
So much light everywhere. It hurts too much to look at these, but I can't throw them away.
Is she dead, or did she leave you, or what? It doesn't look like that anymore.
Some days, I just feel like setting fire to all this paperwork. I'm fed up with it.
Is this your like bucket travel sheet? $9/13, is that like Friday the 13th? Yeah, she's gone. She's dead. That photo is really strange and liminal. It looks like a Resident Evil photo. Alright, hold on a minute. So you gotta have some kind of like love interest, love story. There's always gotta be a love story. It can't be like nothing. You know what I mean? It can't be just like I'm a guy working a job. There's gotta be some like chick you're pining away for. You know? And it's like, bro.
Fuck Tony.
You can't be just a person working a job. You know, there's got to be some long lost love, freaking mystery bullshit. Freaking drama.
An indispensable element of every office. I should really try and read a few of these.
Yeah, nobody reads. It's like, okay, nobody cares about your sad apartment. It's your bathroom. You got pills here. Pills.
Nah, I'll shower later.
Is that where your wife killed herself, in that like sad little tub? And you're on prescription medication.
It's a shame this won't help.
Pills are always the answer, right?
The fucking phone.
He brushes with fresh. I don't know. Where is it? The phone is a great device to move the story along, you know? Oh my god, what is this? Best of Hero Smith? That is hilarious. Is that you as a kid or her as a kid?
I'm not in the mood for music lately.
You're not? And why not? Who cares about your wedding, dude? I don't care about your wedding, bro. I don't care about your goofy ass freaking love interest that's long dead.
They certainly have more will to live than I do.
Okay, so you're suffering from depression or what? What does that say? I can't even read it. You're getting out. On the downside, you're getting out. On the plus side, wake up, you won't start going bald. Okay, whatever, bro. Okay, alright, great. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your average wife and, you know, all that rest of that.
Remnants of last night's binge with Steven.
All right, where
I'm not
is
sure
the
if it's
phone?
still
Oh, it's on the wall. This is the 90s.
Okay. I know I'm late. I'll be there soon. It's not like the dead are impatient.
Jack, no.
Alice? Who is this?
It's Charlotte Graves.
Oh. God, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you. I thought it was work calling.
It's okay. I hate it when work calls me at home, too. How is everything? We haven't talked since... you know.
Well, there are good days, and there are bad days. What can I say? At least I can hide away at work.
Well, you always were the most comfortable in the dissecting room. Listen, I have an unusual request.
Okay.
Great.
How can I help?
It's nothing serious. I just wanted to ask, do you have any pictures of Alice? Maybe one where the two of us are together? I'd love to have something to remind me of her.
I guess. I'm not sure. I'll look through her things.
Thank you. I'm sorry to trouble you with this. All this can't be easy for you.
I'll get through it somehow. I've been meaning to sort through her stuff for a while. Have you asked Steven if he has anything?
Yes, I spoke with him this morning. He said he gave everything to their mother and that I should ask you.
I see.
Jack, I know you're trying. That you cope somehow. Steven's there for you. Although, well, we all know how he can be. But, I mean, if you wanted to reminisce about Alice, talk.
I really should go now. I overslept, I'm late for work, and I still have some errands to run on the way.
Okay, sure. Sorry to keep you.
I'll look for something and send it over. Thanks for the call, and bye.
Now we're gonna have to look through the apartment for a photo with her and some
Not on hand.
other lady. It's like
292 Browning Lane, apartment 432.
Johnson City, New York. Bullshit.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you. It would mean a lot to me. Just miss her so much.
Yeah, me too.
Fantastic.
And that's okay. Really, no problem.
Thank you. Take care, Jack.
You too, Charlotte. It was nice to hear you. Well, that was a bit unexpected. I should probably find something to send.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's find the pictures. Oh, hello.
For today, dinner and tea and takeaway coffee.
A bite to eat. Sad bachelor food. Oh. All right, so let's find a picture. So one of with them together.
I still feel uneasy.
Yeah?
This time, Alice would probably be sitting here reading a book. The view isn't spectacular, but why does that car look familiar?
You're being watched, dude. She looks like a hooker, bro. I'm sorry, your girlfriend is marginal. Let's see where we go. Those are wedding.
I'm not in the mood for music lately.
Why does that car look familiar? That was foreshadowing. Yeah, the writing in these is not bad.
Some days, I just feel like setting fire to all this paperwork. I'm fed up with it.
Okay. All right.
Time flies, and probably doesn't have to be
So
up to
put your loving hand in mine. Okay. What is the problem with this picture? Why won't we pick it up? Oh, there's a little drawer down here. What's that? There you go.
Some Charlotte in Amsterdam. It would be better if Charlotte had this. It deserves to be on display and not hidden in a drawer.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Can we close this thing? Can we clean your little greavy little keepsake box? It's like, bro. All right, we're ready to leave? Can we just leave? Yeah, let's go. This apartment is brutal. Who does that? Who hangs posters on an apartment wall like that? Huh. What does that say? Secret society? Oh, I have to find an envelope now? Oh, bro.
Alice used to joke that smoking near plants made cigarettes less harmful.
I gotta find an envelope now? Okay, there's the envelope. There's the picture.
Okay, time to go to work. I'm seriously late.
Alright, let's go. Where's the
Oh
mailbox?
shit. Almost left the door open. I should grab some coffee and aspirin on the way.
Do it. Grab coffee and aspirin. The backstory is quite detailed, right? It's not bad. It's all done in Unity. You got a little homeless situation going on here. This apartment is like trash, dude. You're a coroner, bro.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Maybe they'll finally fix that door. Standard correspondence consisting of bills, advertising leaflets, and pious reminders about the upcoming end of the world.
It's nice. Okay, well, let's get the F out of here, man. This is depressing. Wow. This reminds me a lot of Crime Scene Cleaner.
I hope this helps, Charlotte. Okay, all done here. Time to go. Damn, I forgot my jacket. Ah, well, I'll brave it for tonight. Too bad. Nice and fresh. At least it's peaceful here.
It certainly is peaceful. Too peaceful.
Good evening, Mr. Ridley.
Oh, wow. Casket.
Has Steven delivered the body?
Mm-hmm.
Did he leave it where he usually does?
Uh-huh.
As always, it's a real pleasure talking to you.
If you say so.
Ring his bell. You can't ring his bell? Come on,
Some
man.
corpses have more personality than this guy.
What time is it? Oh, 7:30. That's not bad. Time change has got me all out of whack. Catch up. Very appropriate. Okay. let's see what we got here. Okay.
Christ. Who leaves the window open in the middle of November? So I better check the answering machine.
Hi, Jack. I dropped by a little early today. I left the body with Ridley in the corridor. He wasn't sitting in the locker then, so maybe he'll even throw him into the room. Well, how are you doing? I mean, it's your first birthday without her, and... This, I still have a hangover, and you know me, I run to the John like the neighbor's fucking dog. You know, today I slipped on his shit again. That fucking furball. He always has to shit next to my car. Anyway, I can't come over in the evening, but we'll catch up on the weekend, okay? Bye. I almost forgot. Charlotte called me this morning. She asked about you, so answer your calls, Jack. This time it's not a reprimand for being late.
That's par for the course. I wonder when this clown will learn to look under his feet. Birthday.
Huh.
I actually forgot it was today. Alice baked me muffins like these every birthday.
Oh, bro.
Okay, joke's over. Apron, gloves, and get to work.
That is gross, bro. Interesting. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a hooker. We got ourselves a hooker. Dead hooker. Oh, why is her nipples pixelated under the shirt? I hate censorship, bro. I just freaking loathe it. Where are we going? Are we going here?
I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work. Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife. I guess I forgot to clean the knife.
Okay, are we starting the camcorder? What does it say? Put on the apron hanging in the dissecting room. Okay, all right. So we got to do apron. Oh, there you go. Gloves.
I need to order another batch of these. I've got to remember to do that later. Ah, man. I remember you. You were on that talent show. What was your name again?
Brittany
Steven
Murphy?
laughs at me for recording everything. He says I have a bigger collection of stuff like this than most of the creeps he's caught. November 21st, 1991. Time, 9:13 p.m. The autopsy is conducted by Jack Handman. Lecture for the Medical University of Missouri. After yesterday's lecture, you should already know the ins and outs, so today we'll be consolidating our knowledge. So, where do I start? That's right, police folder.
Okay, let's see. Samantha Barker.
Ah, yes, Samantha Barker. Now remember, there's probably going to be a lot of chatter about this. When questioned, friends admitted that Samantha's last days before losing contact seemed extremely happy and relaxed. She also quit drinking out after her first album became a commercial success.
Phenobarbital, not good.
Creative drought. She suffered panic attacks and severe sleep problems. Drugs and medication came into play.
And booze.
Found in her own apartment by police patrol. Officers were called by a concerned friend of the deceased, who had been unable to contact Barker for several days.
Thank you.
During the interrogation, A friend of the deceased admitted that Samantha never got to grips with the sudden fame that came after winning such a high profile. The deceased was found in her own apartment, in a semi-recumbent position on an armchair. Large quantities of alcohol and empty packets of sleeping pills were also found in the apartment.
Suicide or OD?
As
So we got an
see,
OD
the body
case.
is fully clothed. Therefore,
But there's like
before we
way
move on to
too much
photographic
damage on this body,
documentation,
bro.
we must remove the clothes.
There's
This
lividity
time,
too.
We don't have to focus on the clothes too much. However, there are cases where a clothing analysis can lead to the cause of death. Okay, now we can continue with the examination. Again, begin by taking photographs of the cadaver. I guarantee that over time it will cease being embarrassing for you. First, we photograph the whole body. And now, any suspicious looking marks or wounds.
Dude, why are you pixelating? I fucking hate that ligature marks on the neck.
Interesting. Very uneven. We need to investigate this.
Since isn't she into erotic asphyxiation? Okay, yeah, definitely that is a problem.
Yes, I've seen this.
Defensive
many
wounds.
times.
Defensive wounds, man. I'm curious about this right here. Or is that just lividity? I think it's just lividity. And then you've got...
You don't get such bruises from a normal contusion.
That's bizarre. So we've got ligature marks. We've got defensive wounds.
Well, there's even more here.
It's a massive contusion. It's like she was like struck by a car or something or some shit.
A few we need to look into here.
Dude, you know what? Even when they did the autopsy and deadly premonition, it was like full, no pixelation. I hate that censorship crap. It's a mature title, bro. You're pixelating nipples. You know? All right, let's see.
Notes prepared. Time to take a closer look.
Tools.
Some furrows have imprinted more strongly, others less, as if someone was undecided.
Yep. So it could be erotic asphyxiation.
The number of bruises suggests that there may have been some kind of tussle.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's like you're getting wrecked. But again, it may have been rough play, you know what I mean?
Such bruises are caused by either a very heavy blow or by some internal issues.
Yeah.
And here's something interesting. The skin of the deceased is covered with numerous blisters. Some of them are ruptured. Others still contain fluid residue.
What else was there? Ligature marks. There's the foot, yeah.
More numerous blisters. We have some leads to investigate here. Let's write this down. On the neck of the deceased, we could, given the condition of the deceased in general, such blisters usually appear, although it's easier to have abrasions on your feet. Currently, it's difficult to say whether the bruises were the result of a beating, or whether it could be some kind of internal bleeding. A severed spinal cord, trauma to the larynx, or trachea will verify whether the hanging was the final nail in Miss Barker's coffin. I'll add barbiturates to the list of necessary tests. The examination with a UV lamp will dispel some doubts. Potential attackers could have left traces to be checked in the lab later. After examining the organs, we can easily verify whether there was internal bleeding, but first I'll check for external traces. For this, we use the good old UV lamp.
Ha ha ha! Finally, the UV lamp.
I look carefully at the whole torso. Empty, without marks. Right hand clean. The left hand seems to be fine. No marks. Legs, there's nothing here. The area around the head is empty. Ah, well, nothing to surprise us here. Now gently, we take the deceased by the hand. And we check for rigor mortis. Again, the hand falls freely. Since we don't have a definitive lead, we will examine all the key organs one by one. So, I'm starting the internal inspection. I dissect the skin of the deceased. And I proceed to deflect the skin flaps. Compared with yesterday's body, the deceased has only trace amounts of adipose tissue. Now for the ribs.
We need the loppers, right? Loppers? Yep.
What do we have here? Or rather,
What don't we have?
There is certainly no sign of internal bleeding. Before I disembowel the deceased, I will take samples for toxicological tests to determine the alcohol content in the body. I just need my syringe. Just to be sure, I'm taking samples from 3 organs: the eyeball, the heart, and the bladder. Analysis will rule out, or confirm, alcohol poisoning as the cause of death. I'll transfer these to the centrifuge. My old but trusted centrifuge. Ideal for all the fluid tests I need to perform. My old but trusted centrifuge. Ideal for all the fluid tests I need to perform during an autopsy. What was it? 15, 70, 10, 75? Numbers have never been my strong point. It's probably why I regularly forgot birthdays and anniversaries. I'm lucky Alice always forgave me. Gently does it with this old thing. Handle with kid gloves. I'm starting the centrifuge. Let's see what results come out. The laboratory is already open, so... Fucking hell! Ridley! Mr. Ridley! The fuses need resetting. Where is he? Fuck it. I'll do it myself. First the right, and then the left. And voila.
Did you see that guy that like ran or like lopped past?
For fuck's sake, can't I work in peace?
Ridley ain't there.
Jack Hanman speaking.
Easy, why so rude?
Steve? Sorry, man. This place is falling apart, and Ridley won't even lift a finger to help. You just can't work here.
Did the centrifuge strip the fuses again?
Yeah, eventually everything's gonna go up in smoke.
Look on the bright side. It's a free cremation with your autopsy.
Jesus, stop it. That shit pisses me off.
Okay, sorry, Jack. Anyway, I'm calling to ask how the autopsy's going. Soon there'll be journalists sniffing around for info, so best be ready.
I'll whiz through this in a couple of hours. It doesn't look like a complicated case to me. More of a formality. The report will be available in the morning.
Sounds great. Thanks. Phew. How's your head?
Well, my head seems better than yours. On the way to work.
Holy fuck.
What? What's happening?
Quiet.
A 3-car police convoy was involved in an accident near Pete's Bay Bridge while transporting prisoners to Orleans Parish Prison. At the moment, we do not know the exact number of victims or whether any of the convicts escaped. However, the scale of the accident indicates a large number of victims, possibly even fatal ones. Police are on their way to investigate the incident and secure the area. We know that the injured prisoners are on death row. The police were to transport them to their execution, which was to take place tomorrow morning.
Uh-oh.
Many of them are very dangerous criminals.
Oh,
We will
shit.
report on the matter on an ongoing basis.
Here we
so
go.
Stay tuned with us.
What? Steven, was Red Pete one of the passengers? He was, wasn't he? What if he survived?
Jack, I have to go.
Red Pete.
Outside.
What if he survived?
I gotta go. Talk to you later, okay?
Fuck.
Hey, Red Pete.
Calm down,
He's gonna be
Jack.
coming for you, bro. Somebody just walked past there.
I need my pills. You heard him, Jack. A serious yes. Nothing's going to happen.
Okay. You good? You good, bro?
Christ. I've got to get back to work.
Is that a cat? Yeah.
Technical break. At least I know I can pursue a career as a janitor if I need to. see if we were able to get anything out of this piece of crap.
Wow.
And miraculously, yes, the samples did spin. I'll transfer them to the chromograph in the lab. Alright, let's load this up. I placed the test tubes in the rack. Now, just take 5 milliliters from each. Precisely. And the next.
Oh, do I have to set it up again? Oh, okay. No? Okay. God, man, this is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but now I'm getting it. Okay.
We put the prepared sample into the machine. Let's see what we have here. The results indicate that the deceased did consume alcohol shortly before her death. However, this is not an amount that could cause poisoning leading to death. Just slight inebriation. I can return to the body and continue the rest of the examination.
Well, that was interesting. Okay.
The chromatograph results show that we can eliminate alcohol poisoning from our list of potential causes of death. However, remember that alcohol can affect the functioning of the entire body. It disturbs the heart rhythm, accelerating its rate, and dilutes the blood, which may result in more severe bleeding in the event of an accident. Also remember that alcohol affects the metabolism of drugs in the liver, which I'll now look at in more detail. First, I'll pick up the syringe again. I'll take samples from the liver and the heart to test the concentration of barbiturates in the body. That's enough. I'll do the test later. I'd best not try my luck with the centrifuge right now. Now I remove the liver. lesions. However, it is slightly enlarged. Perhaps it's a slight inflammation or drug-induced damage. It may also be the result of the deposition of substances from drugs. Let's check the weight of the organ. The weight is 1,300 grams. The liver is enlarged. I'll move on to a cross-sectional study. Perhaps the enlargement is the result of early cancerous changes. The blade glides through smoothly. I don't feel like I'm encountering any changes with an unusual structure. No steatosis or cirrhosis. The liver is actually quite clean inside. The liver is basically healthy. We already know that the deceased didn't abuse alcohol. The question is, what about drugs or other substances? I move on to the heart. Oh, at a glance, we can see signs of a heart attack. The deceased is definitely too young to have a heart attack due to natural causes. The liver is enlarged, not from alcohol poisoning, and the heart looks like it has collapsed. So, I guess we need to go to the centrifuge and check for these barbiturates. I wonder how she was able to get hold of these drugs. The last time I saw this kind of poisoning was a few years ago. He was a middle-aged guy. He took his medication and forgot about it. So he took another pill. He forgot again and took another one. And another one. Until he took the last one. That's why it's better to have amnesic drugs in boxes labeled with the days of the week. This sort of thing rarely happens anymore. Doctors tend to prescribe benzodiazepines. They are safer, but still shouldn't be combined with alcohol.
What am I not doing? Am I not seeing the correct values? Okay, let me go. I thought it was correct, so I don't know. See what else is going on in this world. Huh. I don't know. Let me get up here. Performing a second toxicological test. The presence of barbiturates. I don't know. Is it 60%? Okay. I don't know why I'm jammed up on this test. Let's see. change page. Oh, it's 1075. Okay, there you go. Change page. 1075%. Okay.
We close the centrifuge and pray that it doesn't trip anything again. It looks like our luck is in. We can take the samples to the lab now. Okay, 2 samples this time. 6 milliliters each. Well, let's see how much of it we find. Nothing surprising. Significant amounts of phenobarbital metabolites of hepatic origin. Looks like I'll have to check the contents of the deceased's stomach. The tests showed that the collected blood contained enough barbiturates to cause cardiopulmonary collapse. The question now is whether it was an accident or a deliberate act. I'm proceeding to examine the stomach. Before extraction, I ligate the entire organ to prevent its contents from spilling out. Okay, I'm now cutting out the organ, which will move to the board for dissection. Normally, the stomach and intestines are full of surprises. This time, we see remnants of undigested food and a dense mass of pills. You don't take this many drugs by accident. Length and width normal. No obvious pathological changes. Undigested drugs found in the stomach of the deceased. The direct cause of death was probably an overt. The deceased's intestine is normal. No clear pathological changes. Lungs are normal. The deceased's trachea is normal. Complete patency. No food or fluid. Abdominal cavity checked off. We can check the brain. I make a cut to open the lid of the victim's skull and remove the brain. Brain is normal. normal. No obvious lesions. Alright, I need to dissect it on a board. Using a knife, I carefully cut through the brain tissue. As expected, the deceased's brain is in excellent condition. No discoloration or changes due to hypoxia. There is still the matter of the marks on the neck. They look superficial, but who knows? Maybe the spinal cord has been severed. I need goggles and a saber saw. I think the goggles were in the desk drawer. Alice. Saw. Oh. I know. I probably left it in the basement after its last cleaning. Mr. Ridley, I need a key to the basement.
It's in the social room.
Why is the key lying at the... never mind. Thank you.
Hey, Hammond. Did you hear about the convoy? Well, maybe you'll get a chance to relive your glory days and catch Red Pete again, huh?
Let's hope there won't be a need for that.
Red Pete. It's in the social room. Okay. Oh, Lord Jesus. Here we go.
If only he could put that much enthusiasm into his work. I get the feeling that searching through this rubbish is more pathogenic than working with corpses. Please, may this be the last trip.
Where is the basement? That's it? Office, bathroom, lab, coroner's office. Okay.
Fuck. Why did the prison convoy have to get into an accident? Jack, take a deep breath. Deep, pleasantly cool breath.
Damn, it's creepy as shit out here.
Nearly finished with the autopsy.
Why would you keep a tool down here like this?
And rest. I'll take this. It's jammed! Doesn't anyone do maintenance around here? Damn hatch. Damn Red Pete. Will I ever again? Will I ever be free of this fucker? If only. Forgot this thing was standing here. It would be easier if I put
This is like a not a bad horror game, you know? I've seen worse horror games.
Damn student lectures and their fucking props.
What is this?
Sorry for the short interruption. I hope you all took the opportunity to grab some coffee. And now that I have everything I need, I'll move on to revealing the spinal cord.
Bro, you're a husk at this point.
My head. Oh, I can't think straight. Pills. Where are my pills?
You said that on camera, dickhead. You said, where are my pills? Pills, where are my pills? On camera, dude. Bro, you're practically a junkie at this point.
I can see that the spinal cord was not severed. This shows that apart from the marks around the neck, hanging didn't negatively affect the condition of the deceased. Ladies and gentlemen, almost over. Now, to sum up and tidy away the body. The direct cause of Samantha Barker's death was a heart attack resulting from an overdose of barbiturates. Traces found on the body suggest that the overdose was a deliberate act, following a failed attempt to hang herself. The autopsy found no evidence or genetic materials indicating that death could have been the result of an attack. Third-party involvement must be excluded.
Okay, well.
Autograph, and we can start sewing. In the 1950s and 1960s, the use of barbiturates for suicide was actually quite common. I think it was most talked about after the death of Marilyn Monroe. At home, it was a help and comfort. On death row, a farewell to the convicts. Well, that's the way it goes. It isn't the drug, but the dose that makes the poison. done for today. Thank you for your attention. I can feel those hunger pains coming on. I guess I'll have to pick something up along the way. A nightcap will do me good.
Yeah, after taking all those pills, have a nightcap. Jesus Christ, man. Half the planet walks around in a semi-intoxicated state.
Pick up the body and accompanying documentation in the morning.
Sure.
I guess there are actually two things in this world you can be certain of. Death and Ridley's reluctant attitude. Alright, maybe three things. My whiskey on the rocks when I get home. So cold. I guess I should brought my jacket to work.
It's like, reminds me of Silent Hill 4.
This block can be quite intimidating when it's so quiet.
Nice, somebody's watching you. Oh, man. The silence of the absent. Full moon and look and believe in the spirit. That thing. You got one more, right? I think you got one more. Okay. It's a walk-up, baby. Hello. Love it.
What? What? What the fuck?
Bro, you didn't exactly lock the door when you...
I locked it. I'm sure of it.
You didn't. Your place has been tossed. Samantha Barker.
Who the fuck did this? I don't have anything valuable. Oh god. Oh god.
It was Red Johnny or whatever it was. Johnny Red.
Must have stolen the money.
It was Johnny Reb. Johnny Reb got you. Now you gotta clean this up, bitch. Yeah, just close that. Let's tidy it up a little bit here, huh? Okay, here we go. Your place was tossed, and they're like, "This sucks. We don't want to live here." This is a sad little apartment. Really, it is. He was after.
Great. That's all I need.
He was after this.
Fuck! What if it was Red Pete? Where? I need my pills. I can't get my thoughts together.
Some chick's earrings. A pen. Yeah, okay. The proposal cup and the failed pregnancy test. You impotent bastard.
Christ. Why did the neighbors not report anything?
Do you feel violated?
I'm calling Steven.
He's in on it.
Steven,
Jack, I told you I'm going for a drink with you for another night in a row.
That's not why I'm ringing. Although I could do with one. Someone broke into my apartment.
What? Did anyone see anything? Have you called the police yet?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, no one contacted me. As for the police, I'm calling right now, officer.
All right. Do you want me to head around? Look for any trace evidence?
I don't know. No, I guess not. Honestly, I don't have the strength to deal with it right now. I just want to lie down.
Are you sure? Because it's no trouble at all.
I think so.
Just have him do it.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to calm down a bit. I don't know. That's probably some stupid joke. Only money was stolen.
Money? From Alice's box? Oh, fuck. Listen, I can come over. I have the key. I'll drop by, do what I need to do, and you go get some sleep.
No, don't trouble yourself. Lately, I've been just so tired and distracted. I don't know. Maybe I forgot to close the apartment door on my way to work. If anything else is missing, I'll let you know and call the police.
All right.
They
Just
tossed your
make
place
sure
and
you
stole some
close it
money, so
tonight.
what?
If you see anything weird tomorrow, let me know. Whoever did this may be watching you.
I don't think anyone is dumb enough to come back.
You're probably right. Take care, Jack. If you need anything, call me.
I promise I will. Thanks, Stephen. Sorry to bother you again. I've just been all over the place lately.
It's not a problem. Good night, Jack.
Good night. I guess I should clean this shit up. Where to start?
Actually, have you clean up the apartment. That's hilarious.
To be honest, I could leave it like this. I'm glad this didn't break.
Okay. Anything else? This?
Maybe I could barricade the door with this. I should pack this thing away.
Yeah, I would. I mean, your place is a freaking was a freaking goofy sty anyway, bro.
That's enough for now. Jeez, I'm exhausted. What a mess. Now, if only I could blame this on the burglars. That's enough. I need to quickly change and finish getting ready.
Alright. Get the jacket. Let's do it alright. So put your loving hands in mine. Oh, bro. Straighten your pictures out. Get rid of the pictures.
I'll be late for work again. Got my keys, got my files. Check.
Your little Masonic symbol on there? Okay.
Oh yeah, I should take my pills.
You should like let go of those pills, bro. Is it gonna let you leave without the pills? Can we leave without the pills? This guy's a junkie, bro.
I feel like it takes me forever to finish these things. Time to go. Remember to close the door properly, Jack. I'll ask the neighbors tomorrow if they saw anything suspicious.
Come play with us forever and ever and ever, Danny.
I wonder if Ridley fixed the coffee machine. optimistic. I'd better grab a coffee on the way. I'm exhausted. I wonder who Stephen brought in today. Good morning, Mr. Ridley. No, he's not here yet? No, I'll deal without him. Almost there. Now for the tough part. The body needs to be moved. Where's Ridley when you need him? Alright. I just need some gloves and my apron. Then I can get to work. I'm going to need my tape recorder for this. Autopsy dated November 22nd, 1991. 7:32 p.m. Led by Dr. Jack Hanman. I begin by verifying the identity of the Jane. It's most likely Harper Lloyd, age 35. Found in a well-owned house by her neighbors, Leonard and Dorothy Chelsea. Reported missing for a week.
Now we're gonna get into the juicy shit.
Firefighters found the body after the Chelsea.
Oh, it's like The Ring.
That their tap water tasted strange.
Oh.
Had begun to smell and turn a dark color.
Oh. Just like the. Oh God, man, I'm trying to remember her name. The woman who was found in the water tower at that cursed Los Angeles hotel. Oh, yeah. Pam, Liam, oh, God. Bipolar
It is
disorder.
also known that the deceased was diagnosed with affective bipolar disorder. Harper was placed on drug therapy. The last person who had contact with the deceased was. Police records also show that Mrs. Lloyd was in constant conflict with her neighbors. The constant parties and subsequent brawls made living in the area nearly impossible, especially when Lloyd's partner wasn't around.
Lloyd's partner? Okay, whatever.
The most important task in forensic identification of a drowned person is to distinguish whether the death occurred before or after entering the water.
Yeah.
Okay, that could have been worse. I carefully removed the victim's clothes so as not to damage the deceased was found. One shoe was missing. I'm going to need the camera to document all possible suspicious marks.
Yeah.
Definitely the first thing that stands out is the very advanced post-mortem gigantism.
Wow. Yikes. Are we not getting hints anymore? Oh, I forgot. I gotta take the general photo. That's right.
The skin of the deceased appears very delicate, smooth, relaxed from being in the water for a long time. The whole body is extremely pale. There are some obvious scratches on the skin. The skin on the hands can be easily separated from the body. The separation takes the form of a glove.
Oh, man.
It's likely that the deceased was lying on her back when she was fished out. There are bruises and hemorrhages on the neck. These usually occur due to increased inhalation when fighting to breathe underwater. Post-mortem markings are seen on the underside of the body, that is, on the back, thighs, and calves of the deceased. So, after the preliminary exam, it's time to take a closer look at this.
Let's do that. What time we got? 8:30. Yeah.
Today's date. The deceased was clothed. Rigor mortis does not need to be checked. Based on the state of decay, you can be sure it has subsided. Where to start? There are obvious scratches on the skin, especially on the back and hands. These could be defensive wounds, evidence of some sort of altercation prior to death. We see thick white foam in the mouth of the deceased, resulting from pulmonary edema. Foam is a characteristic in deaths due to drowning. The spots have a purplish blue-red hue, which is a typical sign of the death of the organism. No obvious signs of struggle. The skin on the hands would have easily peeled away from the flesh. Some of the fingers have already lost their nails. Yep, pretty typical. Liver mortis are formed as a result of putrefaction of blood in the veins. Due to the fact that the deceased was wearing shoes all the time, her feet are in better condition than her hands. Nevertheless, we can still notice a clear, wavy skin and the so-called washerwoman's skin texture. Okay, that's probably enough to indicate it. I'd better note that down in the records. Marks found on the neck and foaming at the mouth. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about those abrasions. Appear relatively diffuse spots are caused by blood rotting in the veins. Considering that his hands heavily wrinkled from submersion of water, typical washerwoman's skin. In this case, the question is, their distribution suggests maybe it's just liver mortis of a different color could indicate a simple trip. Fortunately, the skin on the hands didn't fall off. Otherwise, I'd have trouble identifying the deceased. That's all for now. Before I begin the dissection, I'll make sure the suggested identity is correct. The suitcase with the fingerprint equipment should be around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. The fingerprint sheet should always be checked. Slipping fingers, too much or too little ink, or inaccurate hand position can make fingerprints illegible. If the body of the deceased is well preserved, fingerprinting is similar to that of a living person. With decomposing bodies, the tissue of the pads of the fingers tends to shrink. To remove these shrinkages, a mixture of glycerin or air is used. I'm going to conduct a dactyloscopic examination. If in fact the deceased is in the police database, I will find her. Glycerin is injected successively between the nail and the skin of each finger. The substance then enters the fingertip, removing shrinkage and wrinkles. Now I take a brush. Only when the skin is taut and elastic can you use ink. I think it's enough. I'm getting fingerprint samples. In the case of drowning victims, you have to be extremely careful. The skin may fall off the hand like a glove when you take the print. I'll use the fax machine to add the print into the system. I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but green button and... Once the data uploads, I'll run the prints against the police. Great. The data is there. Click upload. Now, go through the database and find a matching print. Expect possible hours of fun. One more. Analyze button. And we have a result. Everyone has a story to tell, even if it's just a police record. So, as predicted, the deceased turned out to be Harper Lloyd. That went smoothly. I'll print this out and attach it to the medical records. I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web... has been a blessing for speeding up my work. Great. Now we can go back to my inspection. I'm adding the name of the deceased. I'll start the internal examination by taking fluid from the victim's brain. A needle inserted through the nose will do the trick. If the victim was alive when she fell into the well, she must have swallowed water fighting for her life, and then diatoms, characteristics of pooled water like a well, got into the body. In the meantime, I'll check the sample under the microscope. I'm sure that these algae traces will be found in the samples taken from the well web. Now I need to adjust the knobs properly and place the diatom in the center of the slide. Diatoms are single-celled microscopic algae. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from the aperture still needs adjustment. The image. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. But and perfect. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a and perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. It's not a dirty lens. It's not a dirty lens. And perfect. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dim. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. And it's not a dirty, but rather a bad focus. And perfect.
I have no idea what I'm looking for here.
It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens. And perfect. The aperture still needs a... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. Nah, too much light. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae.
Okay. Like I'm not doing something right. It looks like something.
As expected, We find the aforementioned algae in the solution. Their upper part, epitheca, which overlaps the lower, hypotheca, is clearly visible.
Okay, well,
the
there you
presence
go.
of diatoms in the brain samples taken indicate that the deceased was certainly alive when she fell into the water and was possibly conscious. Since there were diatoms in the brain, it means that many more of them must have entered the body. Studies of the rest of the organs will most likely confirm this hypothesis. I can finally get to the practical part. I must be extra careful because the skin of the deceased is very stretched. I wouldn't want an explosion here. You can immediately see a very large swelling of the organs. In addition, all internal organs are very congested. I proceed to remove the rib cage. It's easy to see that the ribs have been imprinted in the lungs. So, I'm going to start by drawing blood from the lungs for testing for diatoms. If diatoms were only present in the lungs, this would mean that the victim was placed in the well after death, and the perpetrator wanted to get rid of the corpse in this way. Now, I remove the lung. Taking the lungs in my hand, I feel that the tissues have lost their elasticity, which is the result of water emphysema. In addition, there is significant swelling of the organs, and as a result, we have a nice imprint of the ribs. Corpses found in water are worth examining with a tomograph. However, I can't count on such luxuries, so I must reach for a more archaic technology: a bucket and water. I hope no one dipped a mop in it. It's best to go to the lab for this. Historically, the lung float test is used to detect infanticide. The water should be at room temperature. That's enough. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water. This checks if there is air in the lungs. And speaking of lungs, everything is ready to bring them here. Oh, Jesus.
I love the horror shit.
Of course, such a study isn't without flaws. Air may have entered a newborn's airways during resuscitation attempts. Gases released during decomposition could also give a... In this case, however, it's about something else. Namely, the amount of fluid in the lungs. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water and wait to see if they fall or if they will float on the surface. Just as I assumed, the lungs collapsed easily. Fluid could have entered the lungs during panic attempts to catch breath underwater, but it could also be the result of bacterial infections or cancer, so further investigation is needed. I move on to dissecting the lungs of the deceased. You can hear the distinct, very unpleasant crackling of the tissues being cut through. The parenchyma is remarkably pale, although small hemorrhagic foci and petechia are present on the surface. All right. Now, I will check the collected fluid under a microscope. If we find 20 diatoms on the slide, it can be considered drowning, and our result is not false positive due to possible contaminations. Let's see. Although I expect we'll find them easy. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. As expected. In solution, the diatoms are clearly visible. There are smaller and larger clusters of them. There will definitely be more than 20 of them. I'll make a note of all this. So far, this case looks pretty standard. It's clear from the beginning that it's drowning. Well, the procedure requires me to check everything anyway. So, I move on to checking the other organs. I ligate the strongly developed putrefactic hemolysis. The organ can be seen at first glance. Apart from that, no signs of a heart attack or other heart disease. I move on to the next organ. This time, it's the liver. It's immediately apparent that the deceased didn't care for herself. Like most organs, her liver is enlarged and severely congested. The beginnings of cirrhosis are visible in some areas. I transfer the organ to a board and proceed to dissect. The cross-section clearly shows dilated veins and many small hemorrhagic foci. I must admit that this is quite a feat, considering the rather young age of the deceased. Harper enjoyed drinking so much that she might not have lasted a few more years. I move on to the stomach. I take a sample of the fluid for testing. It looks very turbid. I'll see what happens after spinning, but that's in a moment. Now, I carefully ligate the organ, then cut it off. It's enlarged, probably full of putrid gases. I transfer it to the board and carefully open it, checking the contents. One thing you'd never get used to is how much this desk smells. Okay, stomach is full of fluid and unidentified organic matter, which is probably leftover food. So let's check the diatoms. Again. But in a centrifuge for a change. The problem with examining drowned people is being able to show whether the death was due to drowning or whether something else contributed to the death. Cramp, heart attack, drugs, homicide, or some accident. Such an analysis requires viewing from different angles and a careful interpretation of the collected data, including those from the field. That's why it's so important to collect as many samples as possible. Unfortunately. Okay, this is one last little sample. Now, set.
$35, 25%. Okay.
Done. I'll run it directly into the chromatograph and run it against the data from the police. I'm certain the analysis will show similarities between the fluid and water in Chelsea's well. Let me think. 3 milliliters should be fine. Okay, now it's the chromatograph's turn. Yes. The water sample matches the one provided by the police. Well, the results are quite clear. I was hoping it would be a more interesting case. More diatoms. Analysis indicates the same origin. Blah, blah, blah. There's little left to do. I'm going to check the airway patency of the deceased. Interesting. Looks like there's something stuck in the trachea. I'm moving to the board for further inspection. I dissect the trachea and open the organ. Inside, I find a wedding ring. This is interesting. Let me look at it. Based on the size, I can say that it's a woman's wedding ring. Quite standard from the outside. There's an engraving inside. What the fuck? But this is my ring. Alice's ring. But how did it? But this should be at home. I have it. At home. It's... I have to check this out. Where are my meds? Where the fuck are my meds? Must have been nothing. Jesus Christ! Hope these all make it go away. I have to check the apartment. It can't be.
Dude, did you finish the autopsy?
Mr. Ridley. Mr. Ridley!
What's all the ruckus?
I need to go home. Immediately.
What? Now?
I have to. Have you seen anyone here this morning? Anybody suspicious?
Oh, there was no one. Dorothy was, but only for a moment, then she left. What's wrong with you, Hammond?
Okay. Thanks.
What about the corpse?
I'll come back, I promise. Jesus Christ!
Dude, that would be shocking, but I don't know if you'd be that emotional. I don't know, maybe you would be. I know, Chloe's messing with me, bro.
Please be there. It can't be your wedding ring. It's not here. It's not.
No, you saw that last time you saw that. No, it wasn't there the last time. Okay, what now? Call Steven. Okay. Don't tell anybody anything, really. You sound nuts.
Fuck. Come on, Steven. Pick up the fucking phone.
Hey. What's up, man?
They took the ring.
What? What ring? What are you talking about?
They took the wedding ring. Alice's wedding ring.
One sec. You mean burglary? You said nothing was missing.
Yes, I know that. I don't know. I was jittery. Maybe I didn't notice. I don't know, but that's not the worst of it.
Calm down, Jack. Breathe. What happened?
I found it in the trachea of the deceased I was working on. Do you understand? I pulled it out of a dead woman's trachea.
What?
I don't know what's going on. You think Red Pete wants revenge? He's playing with me. Huh? I knew it. I knew it from the beginning this was going to happen. I didn't make it up!
Jack, listen to me. Try to calm down. Don't leave the apartment. I'll be with you right away, okay? I'm on my way.
What sane person would do something like that? Fucking Ridley lets in whoever he likes as usual. What are you saying? Steven? Don't leave me, man. Come on. Fuck. Oh, God, what now?
Well, take your pills again. That'll do it.
Okay, I need a drink. Jesus. What's going on?
Nothing in that.
Just one sip more. Yep.
Mixing medication and booze, you're a genius.
Jesus. Okay. Yep. Okay.
They should just continue with the spook house shit, not this.
These reports will kill me one day. It's time to go to work.
What's the twist? Are you already dead? Are you going to be the last patient? Are you going to be the last patient on the table there, sir? They're not even patients, they're just corpses.
Fuck. Yes.
Hi, this is Charlotte. I guess I interrupted you again.
Oh, hi. No, I just... I wrote reports in those last sections, and I was just about to leave for work.
Always know when to call.
Yeah, definitely. What's up? How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What about you?
Okay, nothing new. I had a few days off.
Oh, that's nice. Then, did you have a moment to look for something for me?
Something for you?
Well, the photo with the photo I asked you for?
It hasn't come yet? Oh, sorry, but I sent it a week ago.
No, not yet. Maybe I'm too impatient. I'm sorry for rushing you. You have so much on your mind. I thought maybe you forgot.
It's okay. No worries. With my pills, Pills. I almost forgot to take my pills. So you see...
Can we skip this shit?
Maybe I'll...
Oh my god, there was a lot to that.
Damn. Did I mess up the address? How am I gonna get those pills?
Bro, whatever, dude. You went out of your way, you sent the picture, let it go. Take the trash out. Well, there's a lot of trash in this apartment, dude.
I should take out the trash first. Ugh. Why is it so wet?
You're just gonna leave, just gonna take one bag and that's it? Are they body parts? Are you doing killing? Are you killing while you, Are you creating the victims, dude? It was never Red Pete, it's you. Pill popping freak.
Ooh. I shouldn't be this tired.
And the sound of somebody running away. Who said that? Somebody just said, "You disgust me."
I wonder if Alice's mother has a film of this photo somewhere. I actually hadn't thought about it before. I should call her on Friday.
Is that your next mission? You pill popper?
Oh, God. Why do I like sleeping so much? Huh?
It's just me, Jack.
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversations. Has Stephen brought the body?
Yeah, the trolley's in the hall. Maybe wheeling it to the dissection room will be invigorating enough for you.
I've missed our friend. I think I'll get straight to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good. Christ, this one's heavy. Hey, Mr. Ridley, I need help. I can't lift this bag myself. Ridley! Ugh, wasn't easy, but at least I can start. A new package must have arrived. I guess Dorothy ordered it. I think I'll skip recording a video for the students today. They don't need to see me and the body. Ugh. And they'll still have the accompanying photos anyway. November 27th, 1991, 5:14 p.m. Conducted by Dr. Jack Hanlon, James Evans Jr. Also, Evans had previously been. The body was found inadvertently in the woods near Pete. The deceased's police photos show that the body was not even particularly hidden, but only covered with a thin layer of soil, branches, and leaves. Sounds disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then. I'll start by opening the bag. Oh, fuck.
Head gone.
I didn't expect this level of mutilation. This is going to be a dirty job. I'll check through the bag the police left.
Oh, look, his dick is off, too. Somebody took his head and his junk. Wow. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, okay. This is the extra bag?
Maybe there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Plain cut. Certainly not my style. Traces of blood and plasma. It could have been you. Is this? Oh, you can push it?
Oh.
After all, what else could I expect?
All right, there you go.
Weird. Someone obviously interesting. Most of the blood is visible around the neckline. Something's stuck here. It looks like some kind of ectasis? Scale? This could point to an animal being responsible. The bloodstains don't appear to be related to any injuries on the body. A lighter, engraved with the police insignia. Stolen? Or maybe it looks somehow... it's probably a coincidence.
Yeah, it looks familiar, doesn't it?
Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Evans must have been crawling, or was dragged along the ground. And here, another animal souvenir. It looks different than the previous one.
Alligator.
The only thing I can tell from the clothes is that before his death, Evans had either put up quite a fight, or the attackers simply dragged him along the ground for a long distance.
Yeah.
In turn,
it's a gator.
And this is certainly strange. The injuries themselves were inflicted only when he was naked. Okay, I'll take a look at the scales. They seem too different. Dorothy once brought an animal encyclopedia here. She performed an autopsy on an exotic animal smuggler. The guy suffered an accident while transporting illegal animals. Not only were the police needed on site, but it took nearly a day to round up his cargo. Dorothy had a hard time with that case. Did the impact kill him? Or did one of the animals he was transporting do him in? They even talked about it on the news. People were terrified that some reptile would just come out of their can and grab him. Okay, the book.
Yeah, it's Louisiana. It's gonna be a gator.
Which page was it? Local wildlife. I bet I'll find something here. Oh, that was quick. I wouldn't expect anything else. Not this area, but Nile crocodile. Formerly worshipped? No way. I would expect something local? I certainly don't remember hearing of an animal escaping from the zoo. So, either someone donned in crocodile products was around the deceased, or one of them attacked him. I'll examine the body and take photos. If an animal attacked him, there'll be traces. Ugh, Christ. Why am I so tired? Some coffee would be nice. What was I supposed to... the pictures. I'll have to show them to Dorothy. Too bad that we no longer keep our ranking. With something like that, I would come out on top. Alright, I'll begin. The deceased skin is smooth and taut. This suggests an advanced stage of decomposition of the corpse. This wound appears to have been made by a sharp instrument. No head. That's not hard to miss.
Yeah, well...
Oh, and as expected, there's a bite.
Yeah, that's a pretty obvious bite.
Evans couldn't have tied himself up like that. It looks like some sort of attack or kidnapping.
Yeah, maybe he owed money, baby.
There are also clear traces of the deceased ankles being bound in some way. Such a wound could not have occurred during the victim's lifetime. It's unlikely that a human would make such a wound. Nasty.
Where does Pee-Pee go? Gang tattoos?
Interesting. This needs to be investigated further. I need to gather my thoughts together. And it seems that this case will... I wonder whether the decapitation took place before... I have some suspicion the work of animals can be seen here. The question is which... like torn meat.
This is a gang
I can't
killing.
tell from the photo what animal did this.
And why was he castrated? You know, this is a gang killing. He was beheaded, he was castrated, and his body thrown to the gators.
This looks very promising. The bite is clearly visible. It should be easy to compare with the encyclopedia and identify the culprit. I just need to make it a little bigger. It'll be faster than physically measuring the bite. I hope I put it in right. I can never remember whether it was image up or image down. At university, I didn't have facilities like a fax machine. Ah, fantastic. Practically a one-to-one. Just some tracing paper, a pencil, and I can check these in the encyclopedia. Now, did I leave them in a drawer? Or maybe a box somewhere? Ugh. I don't remember if I left them out somewhere.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, looks like I can tidy up after myself. Sometimes. A very, nature-driven case so far. I'll have to consult the encyclopedia again. Good thing Dorothy left it here. Otherwise, I would have had to run back to my place to get some. What kind is this? Oh, yes. This turtle turned out to be a killer. He ripped off the guy's wrist and tore him in a few other places. Aggressive beast. The shape of the jaw appears correct, but not the teeth. That's not it. It makes sense. This would also explain the molt found in the clothes. It turns out that some of the wounds can be safely blamed on local alligators. However, we cannot blame them for the decapitation.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say,
not
you
these
don't.
animals we should be afraid of here. I should make some notes and start the autopsy.
Did you see that? What was that? Jesus.
Ugh. And look for other traces. Mississippi alligator. It's strange that an alligator would leave such a clear and smooth mark.
It's because he was a corpse already.
Several stab wounds of varying depth and circumference.
He was strung up when the gator or he's dragged him. The gators were let to chew on him.
It doesn't look good. Evans wasn't decapitated with one cut.
Yeah, it was nice and slow.
Looks like an uneven bite. It's worth taking a closer look at this. Maybe there will be some remaining teeth marks. The result of an animal tearing at its body. Eaten skin, soft tissues, and genitals. There are even some teeth marks, but... well, it doesn't look like an alligator. The bite is firmly incorporated into the wound. A photo alone won't help me here. I need to make a cast and compare it.
Wow. Look at your marks.
The imprints are quite deep and even. From the looks of it, I'd say Evans was restrained with his own belt. Evans' right side must have been more attractive to the crocs and insects. Very strong binding marks. You can see peeled epidermis and small wounds.
Pee-pee, genitals. I don't see any other areas on the body.
It looks like the killer might have missed before they finally hit the neck.
Yeah, machete.
There's no end to playing zoologist today. I need a tool with dental impression cement. Can I find it here? No. It's probably lying somewhere around in the lab. I hope the cement hasn't expired.
No, this is the lab, dude. Well, I think we're going to kill the stream here, and I'm going to go take a break and walk a dog. This is Elvio Toro, Fancy Action Now. This has been Autopsy Simulator. Very interesting.
Let me show them some
elements,
fancy action now.
Simulation game, some heavy-handed relationship elements, and a murder mystery.